Probably not good afternoon.
I don't think it's afternoon anywhere. Yeah, good evening from us here in Thailand. We're excited to be here again tonight.
An hour earlier for us, and I think it should be the same for all of you, although it's actually an hour difference. So, but we did not switch time, unlike everyone in America. So
no daylight savings time in Thailand.
it is. We are an hour earlier, and that's good for us because
that's right.
It's usually pretty late.
It's really good for me.
So welcome
I'm gonna
everybody.
get an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah, some of you in California are up early today. I see Jackson, SoCal. He's up early. Hey Robert, how you doing? Hey Bonnie from Chicago.
Ted's
back.
San Diego, you're back.
Ted, we gotta hear how the Philippines was. Brown-eyed girl is here. We did hear about your... Glad everybody was consoling you over the Bruins. Yeah.
We will add our ours to the pile.
As a lifelong Red Wings fan, it's pretty easy for me to, do that. So, anyway, Ted is still adjusting from the jet lag.
Oh, I bet.
So, hey, Midlife Thriving official finally made it live. Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here. Julie Martin's from Malaga, Spain. So maybe it's the afternoon for you.
Oh yeah, maybe it is I think it is the afternoon there, isn't it? Early evening, maybe.
Hey, Martin and Tanya, Wonder Wise Retirement Travelers. Hey, Gary. Oh, Gary's in Germany. Is it the afternoon for you, Gary? Probably is.
Yeah, must be. Yeah.
And we got Atlanta. Yes,
hey.
Our hometown. Several Atlantas. Okay, there's several Atlantas. Yes.
Welcome.
I was thinking about that, Gary. I thought it was about 5 for you. I don't know if that's afternoon or evening. Is 5 the afternoon? I mean, it is afternoon.
I think so.
But it's evening.
I guess you call that early evening or just evening.
Yeah. Deborah's in the house. Hey, it's K&N from Middle Tennessee. All right.
Wow.
So Clinton's getting ready to go on that first cruise. That's going to be exciting.
Ooh.
Hey, Rita. How you doing? Rita, where are you joining us from today?
Yeah, I don't remember.
And how's the weather for you there? Because it's definitely, it's warm here. It's 84 degrees right now.
Yeah.
And it's 11.
We were just talking about that because my phone has the VPN turned on and it shows me the weather and I was like 48. I thought, is it trying to say it's 48 degrees Celsius? I was so confused, and then I was like, oh, it's got the VPN, and I thought it's got to be set to somewhere in the US, which is usually what I have it set to. So I figured out it was 48, but not 48 Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
Hey, Cherie, welcome. Are you home or are you on a cruise? I don't know if you're on another cruise yet.
Ooh, Lyon, France.
Oh, Brown-eyed girl has good news on the Churchill Polar Bear train. That's what we need.
Oh.
We do need to hear that, so let us know. Hey, Gary, Traveling Hatter's here. Welcome. Loves your review of the Hyatt Centric Kuala Lumpur, Gary. I've been waiting to see that. It does look amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, Gary has a video out, Hyatt Centric Kuala Lumpur. I just searched that, and his video came right up, Traveling Hatter, which was pretty cool. But the reason I was so interested in that video was it's a category 1, and he was staying there for 3,500 Hyatt points per night. I think he stayed there 10 nights, he said in the video. So for 35,000 points, he got 10 free nights. Now, it's not that hard to get 35,000 Hyatt points, so you can even buy them. It only costs you $70 a night to buy those points.
That's really not bad.
Yeah, so that was great. I'm always looking for those good Category 1 Hyatts. So I was very interested in Gary's review of that hotel. And says it's a great deal.
Lydia says it was 48 degrees in Atlanta. So maybe my VPN is must be set to Atlanta. I usually set it to Atlanta. It must be. So my phone doesn't get confused.
Yeah, Cherie and Gary and Wonder Wise Retirement Travelers Safari Partners. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna be there that week too. We're gonna be there all week.
We'll be there all the weeks.
I am so excited. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? So excited over the safari. Looking at lenses.
You were looking at lenses before we launched it.
With more seriousness now. I was talking to Mark in the community forum, Mark Muir. He's bringing some big lenses for the safari, so yeah. I'm going to have to do that too.
Whoever's coming that week, you're getting 2 photographers. Bonus for you.
I think it's the week with Sheree and Gary.
I think so.
And Martin and Tanya. Yeah, that's going to be a photography. You're going to have photographers there. That's fine. We're nothing to be afraid of. So we are doing Ask Us Anything today, if you wondered what the topic was. So that's just basically, if you have any questions, you can ask them, and either we will answer or people in the chat will answer. And other than that, we're going to hang out and talk about all the things going on, which is a ton of things happening.
A lot of stuff. Oh my goodness.
Because we announced a bunch of trips last week, and they really kind of blew up. So we're going to update you on those, but it was awesome.
Aravinda, hello, welcome.
HJ Dreams, welcome from La La Land. Hey, say hello to our daughter. I do remember you were in LA because you can give us a tour of.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, next time we're there, we're gonna try to do that.
Midlife Thriving. Glad those Italy train videos are helpful for you. It really does make a huge difference to know those little tips.
Yeah, let's see. Daughter's getting married in Italy. Wow. That's awesome.
I take it Robert has seen our our latest members only video. If he's looking for
Scorpion.
The emoji of a scorpion on a stick.
Scorpion on a stick.
Needless to say, we did not taste them. I'm adventurous, but I think that's kind of where I draw the line. I don't know why Rob went over there. I was like, why is he even going over there? You wouldn't even consider it.
No.
Like, I would consider it maybe someday. Like, I wouldn't say never, but I'm not there yet. But you wouldn't ever consider it.
I wouldn't even think about it. I just wanted to go look. And then when I went over there, I walked towards the insect stand, and the person, I can't remember if it was a man or a woman.
It was a lady.
It was a lady. And she got real excited, like I was.
She did. She
like I was a big customer.
Of her seat.
So she popped up out of her seat, and I saw her grab a cup, and she was like going to get like samples, and I was like, oh, I have got to detour quick. So I just was like, I just veered off because I was like, I can't like have this lady offer me scorpion samples and then have to tell her no. I was like, so I made it.
Then later I went back. And to take like pictures, because I was just doing video at first. I went back later to take pictures, and she was waiting on a customer, someone who was buying him. He had like a little, like those little ice cream cup bowl things that you can get. The thing was full of, like, it was like a mix of all of the different insects. You have a lot of people who are with you, no insects.
See, Bonnie and Jack said they could tell in the video I was avoiding.
Yeah, with the hands in the pockets, that's a for sure.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, we do put up members only videos on this channel, and we went to a night market, and
needless to say, spoiler alert, we didn't buy insects for dinner.
I was kind of surprised you didn't try them. I think you would.
I've been this close a couple of times. Last time when we were in Chinatown, the same thing happened to me. I went up close to the little cart to film them, and this guy, American guy, actually had just bought a bunch of them. I looked at him, I was like, ooh, wow, are you gonna eat all those? He was like, no, but he said this is the smallest one I could buy. He's like, do you want some? I was like, I actually thought about it then, but then I was like, no, never mind, you enjoy them.
Okay, we got some questions that came in while we were making.
While we were talking about insects.
So let's answer
apologies
those.
If you're enjoying breakfast.
Answer those, and then we'll get back to some non-insecty. We'll tell you about the night market after this, but.
All right, let's see.
We've
got questions.
HJ Dreams is looking for a good hotel in Bangkok for after the Halong Bay. Any recommendations? What, you got a certain brand? Do you have points, Heather? Or we've stayed at the Hyatt and IHG both. So we'll after you let us know what brand you're looking at, we'll
Our
give
most
you.
recent stay was at the Holiday Inn down by the river, Central Pier.
Down by the river.
Down by the river.
Was it a van?
But not in a van.
So yeah, I'll give you the so if it's IHG because maybe
IHG or Hyatt.
yeah, okay.
Fine.
So for IHG, we have stayed at the if you want to go budget, we and several other people in this chat I think have stayed at the IHG Holiday Inn Express Central Pier. That's a really good location. It's really cheap. It's right next to Icon CM Mall. It's like a locally neighborhood. It's great. And that one's really cheap. Then there are some intercontinentals. Those are going to be quite a bit more, and they're more in the touristy part of town, right? But they do have a lounge. So
And you are close to a lot of. You're still on a train line on the
Yeah.
ETS line, which is good. Because that's mostly what you want. What you're looking for is you want to be near Sukhumvit and on one of the train lines. That's going to be your best bet.
And then for Hyatt, we've stayed at the Park Hyatt. So if you want to go real upscale, that is amazing, but it's pretty expensive. So I don't know what your budget is or how long you're going to be here. And then Hyatt also has like Hyatt Place, which is only category 1, so 5,000 points. Very inexpensive and very good. So probably the best two values are the Hyatt Place and the Holiday Inn Express Central Pier. If you're looking to go upscale, would you do the Intercontinental or the Park Hyatt?
Ooh, boy.
I'd do the Park
Depends,
Hyatt.
yeah, I think the Park Hyatt was swankier,
Yeah.
and I really liked their breakfast. Although I did really like the breakfast at the Intercontinental, but yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Park Hyatt one felt more swanky.
That was a pretty big discourse on that.
Probably a lot more information.
Probably more than you
wanted.
wanted. Yeah, that's usually what we do. Monica wants to know how and when we get a visa for the Vietnam trip. You get it online if you go to the State Department or the embassy website. It'll just Google, Vietnam visa. Go to an official site.
Go to the official government site.
And we did not get ours yet. We're gonna wait till about 30 days before to do it. Ted's asking, has anyone been the number of questions they ask coming back into the country? They don't normally ask us much when we come back in, right?
Not this last time, no.
Almost never.
They didn't ask us anything.
Yeah, they just say, almost every time they say welcome home, which we really like to hear. And then one time they didn't say it, and I felt really gypped.
I know. I was like, "What's that guy's deal?"
Yeah, I was like,
so rude.
One guy talked to us for like literally 10 minutes. Like he held up the line.
Oh, it was because of your shirt, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had some kind of shirt on.
Robbing his shirts, you guys.
I think I had a Brave shirt on. He was like, so. I'm going to hold up all these people to talk Braves baseball with you in the line.
Oh, you know what it was? It was a cruise. We were coming back.
Coming off a cruise.
We were coming in on a transatlantic is what it was.
Yeah, it was. So, before I get too much further, I did want to say so many people here are in different places that Allie started a new thing in the retirement travel Jumpstart community. So if you haven't seen it, it's going to happen again this coming Wednesday. Why don't you explain what you're doing?
It's a new kind of space in the community that's called Where Are You? Where Are We? Is it Where Are You or Where Are We? I can't remember what I called it. Wednesday, Where Are We Wednesday? And it's a place for each, I'm going to post it each Wednesday, and you share where you are. If you want to, meet up with people, share where you are in that space. And then you can meet up with people from the community, because we're getting a lot of people that are kind of in the same place. In my head, I'm like, oh, isn't so-and-so in that place? And this person is too. Oh, they should connect and hang out. But this will help people to, be able to say, oh, they're in that place. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, so that'd be great. And you can have meetups. You can do them right there in the community. and set that all up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Deborah is asking, do we have videos on France? We do. We did a train. We went to Paris quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago? 3 years ago?
I guess, well, probably 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And we also did Toulouse.
Toulouse. We rode the train.
We really enjoyed Toulouse quite a lot.
Yeah.
Wished we had more time there.
We did go to southern France, so if you want to see that, it's not on this channel though. It's on Grounded Life Travel. Yeah. So you'll have to go back like 2 years on Grounded Life Travel.
Or just search the channel for France. It should come up.
Yeah. Everyone's saying we should have had the bugs.
And by we, they mean Allie. Because Rob will not
I know
be
I'm
having
not doing
them.
it. That's a given. Shree wants to know where the incense market was, Allie.
Oh, that is near Hanoi. So if you're going to be near Hanoi, it's close to there. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head, but it's in Hanoi.
Yeah, Hanoi.
Or close to Hanoi. It's like half hour, 40 minutes or so car ride from Hanoi.
Yeah,
Not too far.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
We got like a little tour of that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bonnie's staying at the Intercontinental after how long? Which Intercontinental? Westlake or
Landmark?
Or Landmark? Landmark?
Landmark or Westlake? Let's see. We did both.
I mean, they're both nice.
We did 4 nights at both. Let's see.
Did we miss
I missed some
questions
stuff.
along
Yeah,
the way?
it scrolled and then I missed what is. How is internet speed for gaming in Asia? Oh, it's fast.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gaming right now. Well, I was downloading a game right before we got on.
He splurged and spent $20 to buy a game.
I did, yeah.
Rob's getting crazy.
No, I actually didn't buy it. I got the free trial. 10 hours, then I'll decide. I cannot break myself of it.
I cannot deal with Rob.
We were talking about this last week, how like we get to this age and we won't spend money.
That is true. We're like, I don't know, I don't want to buy that.
Someone was talking about that with me. They had the same problem.
Yeah.
So I did not buy the game.
I think last week we were talking about it.
I got the free trial. I'll try it for 10 hours and then I'll decide. But it's on sale for $20. Okay, so anyway, yeah, the internet speed's like, our internet speed here is like 300 megabits per second. They're way faster than the US.
I personally love it because I can upload the YouTube videos so fast.
So fast.
As a matter of fact, I put it in to upload, and by the time I put in the title and make my description adjustments and all that stuff, literally by the time I'm finished with it and ready to schedule it, it's already uploaded and checked and everything. It's crazy. It's so awesome.
Yeah, where are you Wednesday? Wanderwise. Where are you?
Yes, thank you.
Where are you Wednesday? Yeah. Yeah, put where you are in there. I want to know where you guys are. About videos, did you struggle with the name and hearing your own voice? We don't struggle with our own voice. I used to later, but not on YouTube.
Mm-mm.
I don't ever watch them, so that's one way to do it.
I'm the person that edits them, so he never has to hear his voice again.
I do struggle with like when I do occasionally see them and you're just like, what was I doing?
We mostly make fun of of ourselves in like old videos sometimes if we're watching them or looking for something and we watch an old video, we're like, why did we say that? That's so dumb.
Or we're like, why was the camera so far back? And why was it wide angle? And it's like, we have some old videos where you can see like the whole table. You can see both of our computers.
You can see like the top of the computer.
You can see like the whole, and we're like this big in the screen. And it's just bad.
Jeff's here.
Jeff, hey, I eat local. Gary's wondering, Traveling Hatter, is anyone interested in a Christmas cruise? Hey, we've been kicking that around.
We're trying to find something
Where
for
would
Christmas.
where would you do it?
Which is also our birthdays are right before Christmas, so
yeah, our birthdays.
We're trying to find something for this year.
Birthdays are December 21st and December 22nd. Christmas. We would do a cruise. We've been looking. I want to know. I'm not going to give you where we've been looking, but tell me where you guys are looking, because I'd like to know that. How should I get from Hanoi to Halong Bay in October? We're just gonna get a driver.
Yeah, it's really easy to get a driver. The hotel will actually, if you ask them at the front desk, you're like, "Hey, I'm looking for someone to take me." They will help you. I mean, obviously, first they'll offer you the hotel car, which is going to be like 4 times what a regular driver will charge you, and then just tell them, if they know any local drivers, and they do. They always have people that they can recommend. We do it all the time. If we go to a new place, like we were in Rayong a couple months back, and we needed someone to drive us we were in Pattaya, and we were going to Rayong, and we didn't have a driver to drive us there because it was just like a 45-minute ride, and so we didn't want to book our regular driver for that. And so the hotel actually gave us a suggestion for somebody that they use often, and he was great. Easy ride, and it was fairly inexpensive. So
do you miss having a large monitor for editing? You don't know how bad that hurts me.
It hurts his soul.
I used to have a monitor that was like, and
huge.
it was curved.
When we sold that thing,
yeah,
that and the big green egg were the two things that we just had like a moment of silence, like a day of silence for him to mourn those two things. Were the ones that hurt the most for him.
You walk into my office, you couldn't even see me. It was just monitor.
You'd be like, "Hey, Rob, are you back there?"
But I do have the 16-inch Pro Art right now. She has the same one.
Mm-hmm.
She has a better one though.
I have the newer version of it.
I think Aravinda just got the computer too, the Pro Art.
Yeah, I think so.
Aravinda, how are you liking it? Someone else just got it too.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the community.
It was Dave. It was Dave.
Oh, yep.
I don't think he's on here though.
Yeah.
From luxury retirement travel. Yeah, so we do miss the big monitor. Let's see. How big a challenge is language? Greg is asking for English only speakers. Not big at all. No challenge.
Yeah, it's really not a problem. You can get it sorted between translation on phones, translation apps, and honestly, just pointing at stuff like this or drink or eat or menu check. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with just pointing and miming, and people don't mind. I do try to make an effort. We try to make an effort to learn at least hello and thank you at bare minimum, but we usually do a little bit more than that. But at the bare minimum, I would try to do at least hello and thank you, because you'd be amazed at what a big deal that is. In Japan, especially like in Japan, like if you just, say arigato gozaimasu to them, they will just be so excited like that you made the effort. It's really amazing how people just light up that you even attempted to. So I would try at least a couple words just so you have something, but honestly, it's not really gonna, hold you back from traveling.
Yeah, they're not going to they're not gonna have a problem with that.
Aravinda loves the Pro Art. Me too.
Yeah, I have 2 of them right here. One here, one here.
He's on one and mine is right next to him.
We're on one and one is next to us.
Wonder Woman is actually guarding mine.
Yeah,
See her?
it's right here. All right, let me answer a couple more questions, and then we're going to talk about give an update on the trip, so anyone that still hasn't gotten in can get in if they want to. Let's see. I had a couple. Yeah, are you guys talking about Christmas market cruising, or we've been looking at, where were you thinking, Gary? Traveling Hatter. I see someone else. Anne is doing Panama Canal, New Year's Eve. A couple people talking about Christmas market. We were trying to find one in Australia.
Yeah, we were thinking about trying to get Australia checked off so that when we hold up that 7th continent flag on our Antarctica trip, it will actually be true.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll
Lisa,
see if we can work it out.
Lisa's asking how to get to the retirement village in Hua Hin, I think.
Yes, I think that's...
We took a Grab, and the mistake was it's not easy to get a Grab back from there. So we should have just told them to stay for an hour and paid them.
Just paid them a little bit to wait for us. Yeah.
Because it was hard to get one going back.
Mm-hmm.
But the workers there, everyone's so nice in Thailand. There's so many times I've been stranded on the side of the road, and a local person has called me a car on their app, and they always pull out. They have this special app. Like
they hide it from us.
I'm doing my Grab, and it's like no cars, no car, no one will come get me. And then a Thai person will walk up to me and be like, "You need a car?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they pull out this app that we don't have, and it's in Thai, and they give me a car. They're like, "Okay, one will be here in 4 minutes." I'm like, and they just walk off. I'm like, that's happened to me numerous times.
Okay.
In rainstorms, and when I'm in like walking too far and I'm in a remote area. But that's the great thing about Thailand is I never feel like there's a situation I can't get out of because people are so nice. If they see you struggling, they'll just walk it over and help you, fix you right up. So amazing. Yes.
Nikki, I see your question about Barcelona, and it's not really what it looks like. We've had several friends who have been there recently, and actually I have one friend who's there right now, and no one has complained about any hostility or any issues. So I think they're just isolated, incidents, and I don't think it's just like at the city, in the whole city at large at all times. I think it's just like, kind of organized protests here and there. I don't think it's outright hostility, especially if they see that you're in a hotel. They're not going to come bother you.
Yeah. Debbie's saying in Thailand and Malaysia, several people stopped to offer help when I looked lost. That happened to us our first time in Thailand. We had never been to Asia before, and we were, the very first day we got to Thailand, we're walking down the street, and this guy comes up to us, and he starts talking to us, and we're like, immediately we're like, "Are you trying to steal from us?" And we're like holding our wallets, we're like, "Are you trying to punk us?" And he's like, "Oh, he just wanted to show us there was a better place to."
He saw we were having a hard
walk.
time crossing this really super busy street that isn't really, although there is a crosswalk, it's not really meant to be crossed. We realized we were really the only people down there, and he was trying to tell us there's a skywalk that you could just do without having to cross the big major streets, because there were several we had to cross. We were like, oh, so then we were able to go back. So it was super helpful, actually.
Yeah, so ever since then we've been like, let's not act like we're getting robbed every time someone talks to us.
We're like, stop acting like we're from the big city.
Like, we're not home right now. So kind of sad, really. That was our go-to. Now we're just like, oh, whatever, everything's amazing. And then when we come home, it's like, oh, we need to be a little more careful.
Yeah.
Let's see, Gary, where is the QM2 going for Christmas?
Oh.
It says they do Christmas up.
I'm interested in doing Christmas up.
Monica is interested in the Mediterranean cruise and Antarctica. We didn't get your message, Monica.
Did not get that. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go through.
Because I've already contacted everybody that sent messages for both of those.
Let me talk about the trips real quick, and then we'll hear where the QM2 is going.
Okay.
So the Iceland cruise, which is for the retirement travel Jumpstart community, there are, as of right now, 54 of us going on that cruise. That's amazing. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be wild, and I am so looking forward to it.
It's going to be really fun.
And so they did already give us some, if you look in your Princess account, they already did give us some onboard credit for everybody. We'll get more stuff once it all locks in. Like, we're going to get another one of those parties, but they're actually going to give us food and...
But they're going to give us the food.
Food and drinks and all that. because it's actually as a group this time.
Because we're going for real. That's why each person counts.
So yeah, so we're earning more stuff because we got a lot of people. But the cool thing is we can still get group pricing if you're in the Retirement Travel Jumpstart community. I'm going to give you an example. It's a 14-day Iceland and Norway cruise in June of 2026 on Princess, and the going rate on the Princess site right now has gone up. It's $3,800 per person, but right now we can still get it for $2,800 per person. So $1,000 savings per person for being in our group, and then the inside cabin we can still get them for $1,980, and on the Princess site it's $2,800, so $800 savings. So if you want to go to Iceland and Norway, it's worth doing it through the group with us because we're going to have an amazing time and you're going to save a lot of money. So that one we're super excited about.
Well, we're excited about all of these.
Then we got Rome YouTuber cruise, which we're going to be basically focusing on YouTube. This is for members of the YouTube community, so you should have taken the course by the time you get on the cruise, and we're going to start from that perspective, like someone who's already has some knowledge because you've taken the course, you've probably started your channel, and then we're going to help you try to take that to the next level. And hopefully there'll be a lot of people who are already monetized on there, because then we can talk specifically about what to do to go from here to the next stage. So that's cool with that. And that one is an amazing deal too. It is an 8-night Mediterranean cruise, May of 2026. The balcony price on the website is $2,100, but our group rate is $1,491, $600 savings per person. Inside cabins are $971, and that's a $500 savings. So once the group cabins are gone on that one, I don't think we're going to be able to get a good price, and they're about half gone right now. The Iceland cruise, our group cabins are gone, but they're still letting us book people in at the group rate. So they could take that away at any minute, but we don't know. So both of those are going to be amazing. Then the safari, which we announced last week, this was wild. The safari sold out while we were on the live stream. And so we went and we called the people and we added 2 more weeks. And those were basically taken by people who submitted while we were on the live stream. So
we still couldn't, we had, my inbox was insane when we got off the live last week, and this was the one that took up a lot of the spots, and it was crazy to think that we filled those 2 weeks so quickly, and then to put 2 more weeks up, and we still didn't get everybody accommodated. The rest of the people are on a waiting list, so you can get on the waiting list. You know, it is some time away, so there is a possibility of, you know, somebody dropping out if something comes up or whatever. It's going to be an incredible trip. The lodge we're staying at is amazing, and to have all those game drives, it's going to be so fun. So that was just kind of wild. So it's kind of cool though, because we get to stay there for a month.
Yeah, and it's cool because we're going to meet a lot of new people in that one, but we know some of the people are already going on every week, I think, and it's all awesome people.
Yeah,
it's going to be
cool.
amazing. So yeah, that
Don't worry, guys. We'll answer more questions in just a minute.
Coming
Just
back to
catching you
questions.
up.
And then Antarctica, we're doing the trip to Antarctica, and it is, let's see, when is that? I'm trying to do this from memory. It is November of 2026. We're going on a Quark expedition ship, which is the whole big thing, like not just sailing by Antarctica,
We're getting off, and we are setting foot.
Getting in the Zodiacs. They've got the camping. Some of you are doing the camping. Jeff's trying to talk me into it.
Kayaking.
I tried to talk Allie into the camping. She said there's a better chance that I would eat insects than that she would do camping. She doesn't even like to stay in a hotel that's within 25 miles of a campground.
That's not true.
So I don't think she's gonna do the camping. I'm not gonna eat the insects.
I didn't grow up camping. I'm
didn't.
sorry. I grew up in the city. I know you grew up in the big city too, but you guys liked camp and stuff. Listen, no, Cherie, listen.
Camp and stuff.
We tried camping in our own backyard.
Oh my god.
We had like an acre and a quarter when we first moved to Georgia. We tried camping in the backyard. I made it 2 hours, you guys. I was
in
like,
our house.
I'm out of here. Literally in our own backyard. Now, granted, there's woods back there, a lot of them. I did not make it 2 hours, you guys. So I don't know that I'm going to sleep outside in Antarctica. Like a penguin can come up and poke me. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I don't think a penguin's gonna poke you.
I'm not doing it, you guys.
So,
but I am planning on doing the polar plunge.
I'm considering that. I'm considering the camping. It is maybe cold, but so anyway, I didn't talk about the Antarctica. So
Sorry.
So we're doing the whole Antarctica thing, November, and so we opened that up to the Retirement Travel Jumpstart community last week. They filled up all the solo cabins. So there were a bunch of solo cabins.
Gone.
Those are gone. And there are still cabins where we can put you with someone else, or if you're a couple, you can do that. So we're gonna open that up this week to members of the channel. So like if you have the little star next to your name in the chat, we're gonna put it in there how you can go on that trip if you want, and also to people on the mailing list. So there are definitely still some spots on that one, and it's kind of a bigger trip. So we're gonna open that one up. We will always give the people in the communities the first dibs, which they did get, and they did take all the. They scooped up the solo cabins right away, which is good. That's amazing. So because they did have a good deal on the solo cabins. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So let's get back to the chat.
All right, back to
We couldn't see the chat while we're
there
doing
it
that.
is. All right, we've missed something.
First thing I see is killer penguins from Cherie.
I don't know. Sometimes it looks like they have a bit of an attitude. So they get an attitude with me. I was born in New York City. I'm going to get an attitude right back with them.
Jeff, I Eat Local says next year is the year of yes. I have to say yes to camping. Yeah, and you have to say yes to camping too.
No, he didn't mention my name there. He mentioned just you. He did not mention Allie. Thank you, Jeff.
He did mention just me.
Because Jeff knows I'm out for good.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to scroll back up a little bit.
Okay. Eric Phillips is counting down. Yay.
So the QM2 is in the Caribbean, I think, and then transatlantic maybe.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Let's see. Yeah. So.
Favorite cruise. Let's see. Emoja. Do you have a favorite cruise line and why? Website do you use to book your cruises?
I don't know. We really like Princess now.
We
like
do.
Virgin.
We also like Virgin because there's no kids on that one.
We're really gonna be interested in these expedition cruises. I think we're gonna do more of these.
We've got our eye on a couple other interesting ones.
We saw one that goes to the Amazon. That goes up the Amazon River. Ooh. So.
It looks so cool.
Rita.
And tonight we watched a show about the Amazon, so now I'm even more intrigued.
Yep. Rita wants to know what is going on the week before the Iceland cruise. So we'll be in London. So I think we're just going to hang out in London. I'm not sure when we'll get there, but I think a lot of people are probably going to hang out in London, I assume, that week. So yeah, we need to look into hotels for that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we've never used vacations to go, Kristen. I do use them sometimes to look and see what's out there.
Just to look at what's available, but we've never booked through them.
4 years would be too early to start getting my IHG points. I probably wouldn't buy them 4 years ahead of time, but if you have the credit card, you can earn them. It's probably a little early to buy them because you can buy hundreds of thousands in a year.
Okay, Tuned In Travels, you made it. Welcome.
Where is that?
Up here.
Oh yeah. Hey, Tuned In Travels. I know who you are.
I like the cool little. Is that
a guitar pick?
I think it's a guitar pick. It's kind of cool. I like it.
I like it. I almost had to take my glasses off to see that. It's kind of small on our screen, even though we have the 16.
Deborah, yes, I want to do that Downton Abbey tour this time around. I didn't get a chance to the last few times we've been to London. Might try to do it this time.
Can I go on that?
No. You're just going to make fun of everything.
I'm not going to make fun of it. Edward wants to know, is Iceland-Norway cruise a good time to see the Northern Lights? It is not good for the Northern Lights.
It's in the summer.
It is good for the, what do they call it?
The midnight sun.
Midnight sun.
That's going to be cool.
Which is amazing because it's better for a cruise for that because we're going to be sailing up and down the fjords. And so, like, a lot of times you'll sail in the fjord in the early morning and you'll get there, you know, like 8 a.m. or whatever to get off the ship. Well, then they get you back on the ship at 5. And then if you're on a cruise at the wrong time of the year, when you sail back out, because you probably were sleeping when you sailed in, when you sail back out, it could be dark. But on this cruise, because it's in the summer, every time we sail out of a fjord, it's going to be light until like 10 o'clock at night. So it's perfect time to see scenery, which is what we really want to see. Let's see. Thank you, Tosh. Appreciate that.
Hi, Michelle.
QM2 is doing a transatlantic also. Yeah, we're free after the Bali girls trip.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what to do with ourselves.
Which is in
There's
November.
Too many options is the problem.
There's a ton of stuff, like we can't narrow it down.
Tosh is wondering, how do you get along so well when you're together all the time? You know, funny part is that we've been together all the time. For almost all 30 years of our marriage, we have basically just worked together, had our businesses or, you know, projects that we could work from home and all that kind of stuff. And actually, our whole family was like that because we also homeschooled our kids. So all 4 of us were home almost all the time. So maybe that's why, I don't know. We're just used to each other all the time. Feels really weird. Like, usually every year we try to do something separate. And then when, like last year, I led 2 weeks of Bali. Well, I intended on only doing 1 week of Bali girls trips, and then it turned into 2 weeks. And 2 weeks was a really long time to be apart for us. Like, I think we both were really sad. By the time we finally got back together, we were like, oh.
It wasn't going well for me.
It was not going well for him.
I did make some friends at the night market. And
they could see he was struggling.
They cooked me up some sausages every night.
And potatoes.
And yeah.
It was so funny.
It was fine.
When my driver, I flew into, he was in Pattaya then, when I flew into Bangkok and then had a driver pick me up and bring me to him in Pattaya. And when it was a female driver and we were pulling up, I was like, oh, there's my husband right there. She's like, oh, wow, so handsome. I was like, girl, do not take him from me. She was so funny. She was adorable.
Let's see. Cherie's telling you need to go camping. Bonnie's camping.
And you know, they don't even camp in tents. You just like make a hole, basically burying yourself, and you sleep in the I don't know.
Gary wants to do the camping. David.
Gary, you want to do the camping? Okay, I'm gonna put you down for that.
David wants to go on the Antarctica cruise. Just reading about Quark. So David, sign up for the newsletter. The link will be in the description of this at the very bottom, and we're gonna send out in the newsletter how to go on the Antarctica trip later this week. So you got a couple days, but sign up for it. Let's see. I think I'm way behind. Hey, downsize to upsize. I'm gonna try to go through these quickly. Welcome, Brenda. How are you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you. She says we've made an impact on our lives.
Aww.
You know, you've made an impact on our lives too.
Yeah.
You really have.
Yeah, I think the whole community, I think we probably have sometimes people ask us about like hate comments or like mean comments or whatever. To be honest, we have the most beautiful community. It's absolutely amazing. Our comment section is usually really sweet and friendly for the most part. I mean, yeah, there's like one comment, random comment here or there, but actually I've seen people leave mean comments and like other people will pile up on them and say, hey, that's not what it is, which is kind of funny. But anyways, it's just kind of a cool like community around us. I like that.
Yeah. It's good because, like, you know, we really hit it off with a lot of people on this cruise that we did last year, and now we're going to be hanging out all over the world. So that does make an impact on us, and I think it underscores you do need to have people. Like even we do. I think for a while we thought we didn't need a ton of people because we've always just kind of done that. But then now that we have people that we're meeting up with, it feels better than not having them.
Yeah.
So you do miss something. So you guys have made a big impact on us. I want you to know that too.
Michelle wants to know what we use to film. It's this camera right here. GoPro is what we use. It's actually quite good for that.
Let's see.
It even films through the dirt of the windows.
We finally got to the killer penguins comments, so we're way behind.
We'll skip over that part.
We'll skip over that.
Angela, they're going to
Hong Kong. What's the logical next destination? Depends if you can go to Japan.
Yeah, depending on which direction you're going, towards Asia or back towards
it's kind of in the middle.
The U.S. because it's kind of in the middle, so you can decide on which direction you want to go, and then plan from there would be the best thing to decide.
Yeah.
Because you can go so many places.
Catherine says snow's a great insulator, so the camping will be great. So just so you know.
Okay. I have heard that the stars are really spectacular, and I love to see the Milky Way.
Yeah. You know, you could, well, you can't see the northern lights because it's in the south, but you could see the Milky Way, maybe. I was going to say, we could see the northern lights. That would... Not good.
I got you covered, Gary.
Alan wants to know how we watch TV. We use my Xbox. Xbox for everything.
Xbox is our best friend.
We have the Xbox Series X. The small one.
Whatever the small one is.
Now I don't know. Is it the S?
I don't know.
I think it's the S.
Oh, it's S. Yeah.
S.
Xbox S. Yeah.
It's really small.
Don't know.
It fits in
whatever the small one is.
Fits in my backpack.
They always have a good look at that in security when we fly through the airports.
Yeah.
They're always like, we need to take a look at this bag.
And yeah, it fits in the backpack and on my cameras too. If you are doing the Antarctic cruise, is there a good video on the website about the camping and kayaking? No killer penguins. That's good. Ted says, yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I'm going to make a decision by tomorrow. I'll let you know next week.
Dave says the Mexico cruise made a profound change in my life. Yeah, it really did for me too. Like, I didn't think it was. And I still remember walking up to the terminal that day in Los Angeles, and because we were kind of running ragged. Like, to be honest with you, we had just done 3 months driving across the U.S. and
it was tough.
And it had been a hard
Journey.
couple months because we were dealing with some stuff, and I was like, I wonder what this is gonna be. And then we walked in. Very first thing we saw Retired Life Mexico. I think they were the first people we ran into. They were sitting there, and we
You
just started
said
talking
Michael.
to them, and Michael had the Padres hat on, and we started talking about baseball, and like immediately I just like calmed down. Like I was a little bit nervous. Immediately I just calmed down. I was like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be good for us. And then I think I turned around and Aravinda walked in, and we didn't know anybody because we didn't know what they looked like. So she came up to us and she was like, "Hey!" And I was like, "Well, I figure you're with us if
It
you
must
did
be
that."
somebody who's with us.
And so we
That
started
was
talking to Aravinda, and that calmed me down too. And then after that, it was just like every single
And
person
everyone
we
was
met.
so nice,
Yeah, every single person we met, it was just like better and better and better. So it is cool. You need to. Hey, welcome to Gold, David. So yeah, we'll post the Antarctica in the member section in a couple days here.
Yeah, it will actually be in the member section before we send it on the newsletter.
Yeah, because I actually have to compose a newsletter, which could take a while.
It's another fun project.
I can just post it in the member section. Anyway, yeah, we met Dave and Nikki and Gary and Jeff, Cherie, and all these people, and Martin and Tanya. I remember we were doing the trivia. The very first group thing we did the trivia contest, and we were paired up with Martin and Tanya, and Martin knew all the answers. I was like, this is amazing.
I was like, you know what? Just whatever he says,
I was like,
down.
just write down whatever Martin
He
says.
seemed so sure of all the. He
knew.
He like studied all the stuff because all the questions were like about the ship
It was
and
tough.
about Princess, and
It
I
was
was
hard.
like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Martin was like, oh yeah, it's such and such. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, we got some paired up with somebody good.
Yeah, I'm sure when we're in on these next few trips, we'll have some good memories of those. But yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't want to go down too far down memory lane, but it was amazing. Monica wants to know how much for Antarctica now that the solo cabins are gone. So it would be actually cheaper if you share a cabin with somebody than the solo cabin. But if you want well, you can explain how they're going to do it.
Yeah, so you can set it up where we can set you up in a room where you take up one part of it, and then they leave it open, like someone can sign up for another single same gender in the room with you, but it would just be obviously a person that you don't know. But obviously somebody who's going on a cruise like this, probably not going to be, it would be a good opportunity to take your chance on it. And so you would just be responsible for your part of the room, and then if they get you a roommate, then they would pay for their part. But if they end up not being able to get you a roommate, you still are only responsible for your part because you did not get assigned a roommate, so you're still good. So you just kind of have to roll the dice on that. But the pricing is really good. I think it was somewhere like, depending on the type of room,
It's 12.
it was like around 12,000 or so,
something.
depending, because I had another lady that did it. So
So Kristen says there are aurora lights. Maybe we can see them.
Oh,
called
okay.
something else. Yeah. not
yeah,
northern lights.
I know what you're talking about. I have heard that, Kristen. I'll have to look at that because I'm not real sure. But maybe we'll see what time of the year maybe you could see those, because that would be really cool.
Which camera do we prefer? We like both the GoPro and the DJI. I like the GoPro
We actually
because
have both back here.
yeah, they're right there. The GoPro is way more like, it's like sturdy. Just like throw it in your bag, hit the button. It's like industrial. So
Yeah.
it's easier
More
to
rugged.
it's easier to control. The DJI is like this gimbal thing, and it's like ooh, like it's like
it feels more fragile. Like you could do something to tear
could
it up
break
real
it,
easily.
but in all honesty, the picture quality is a little bit better on the DJI.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit more scared with the DJI. I only take it when I know it's not going to be like rugged conditions. If I'm just going to like the grocery store or something, then I'll take the DJI. But if it's going to be like the elephant adventure that I did, then it would be the GoPro because it's more sturdy and rugged and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you think you're going to do more of. Thus why we have both, because we do both.
Yeah, they're both great though. Those are our top two. We just got the DJI, so.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Let's see. Yeah, Aravinda, we were very excited to meet you right when we got on board. That was good. Let's see. Yes, community does make everything better. Any chance you'll do the South Pacific or Galapagos?
Well, now you're giving him ideas.
There's always a chance. What is the South Pacific? That's like, is that you're talking about like Tahiti and that?
I think so. Isn't that the South Pacific?
Yeah, I think.
Because that is on the list.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good a cruise is there though.
No, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know where it would go.
Yeah.
Yes, Shri. Yes, Megan's right. Community was awesome.
Yeah.
I have a question for Bonnie.
This has plagued him since I mentioned it.
Okay, Bonnie, I hope you're in here.
She is. I think. Oh, maybe she hasn't left. That's
Bonnie, yeah, there's Bonnie right there. So, Bonnie, do you know where I went to high school? I want to know if you know that. It'll make sense.
It'll make sense in a minute.
Let's see. When is the Antarctica group cruise? It is November 2026. Oh my gosh, though. You like MSC's pizza? Wow. That took my breath away. Michelle, you like a lot of pizza then. I did not like the pizza on MSC.
It was really bad.
Man, it was just so undercooked.
On both ships we were on.
Yes. Okay, so Bonnie does know where I'm from.
She does. That's why she mentioned it.
Because you mentioned that Allie said that you were from Lake Fenton. I was like, Lake Fenton?
That you were kayaking in Lake Fenton, I said to him.
He
was like, Lake Fenton? He's like, why would she say that to you? Does she know I'm from Fenton? I was like, I don't know. She's from Chicago, so maybe.
I was like, it would have been a weird thing. I used to jet ski on Lake Fenton. I lived on Lake Fenton in 1986. Ooh, that's going back. 1986. I don't know if I remember much about it, but I did live on Lake Fenton. So anyway, Bonnie and I are from the same place.
Local says, do you only use the mic on the Media Mod I see attached to your GoPro, or do you use a different mic? Yeah, I only use the Media Mod on the GoPro. The DJI, I bought the creator kit for this one for the DJI, and it came with a little wireless mic. I just really don't like them. It does sound good. I just hate clipping it to myself, and it only came with one, so I could use it if I was just, doing something by myself. But actually, the mic on it is really good, especially if I'm just holding it and talking. It seems to do really well. But the mic that came with it is good, but you'd have to like clip it like up on your shirt, and it has that little fuzzy thing. I don't know why it bothers me, but I just mentally can't get over the hurdle of seeing the microphone. I don't know why that bothers me. But when we film, like if we're filming like this, like regular YouTube videos that we post, we do use a different camera for that, a totally different camera for that. I use the Nikon, and it has a Rode mic that we have on it.
Yeah. It does. Bonnie says she raced sailboats and sailed Lake Fenton in the 70s and 80s. So maybe we saw each other on the lake.
Maybe you saw Rob zipping past you.
It does kind of blow my mind, like back in the day, I don't know if they still do this, but like they let us like drive speedboats.
It's crazy.
I was like 13 back then.
Absolutely crazy. You and your brother, they were probably zipping around the lake.
We were driving around, our friends were doing water skiing, and I wouldn't let our kids do it at 13. I know that. Hey, where's Alexa? She's not in here. Oh, there's an update on the Blackpink situation.
Yes.
Alexa is getting Blackpink tickets.
She's going to the LA show because they're literally coming to her area. No one's gonna get that if you're not a Blackpink fan, but They have like one of their songs that's oh there she is, Alexa.
Me.
That's literally she texts me this, you guys. When she texts me 1 or 2 times, and if I don't answer her immediately, she will text me that. She will text me, notice me. This is us noticing you, Alexa.
Did you buy the Blackpink tickets, Alexa?
Oh, Ted says Blackpink is a good show. Look at you, Ted.
Ted's in the know. There's a lot of Los Angeles people on this chat, so maybe you can have. Maybe you guys can have a Blackpink.
Yeah, she's gonna take a buddy with her. I don't know if she'll take her boyfriend or if she'll take somebody else.
Nikki sees you. That's good.
Nikki, thank you, Nikki. You're gonna be her new LA mom. Oh, Ted's daughter loves those. I see. They're great. I love them. They're adorable. And here in Thailand, one of the girls is actually Thai and not Korean. Although she's absolutely adorable, Lalisa. And she is like reigns supreme here. Anytime anything comes up for her, people go crazy. And she just opened a pop-up store in one of the brand new malls here. And the line to go to the store was absolutely insane.
It was.
It was so crazy. But anyways,
so
love Blackpink.
Now that
thank you for sending Alexa all the love, guys.
Yes, thank you. We do appreciate it. She does too. But now that she's here, I want to. She reminds me.
Aunt Nikki and Uncle Dave. I like it, you guys.
She reminds me of a YouTube thing, and because Alexa started her YouTube channel about a year ago when she was here, and you know, a lot of times we talk about people that do YouTube, and it's like, oh, so and so got monetized in a week or a month or 3 months or 3 months, and people can start to think that that's normal. That's not normal. That's abnormal to get monetized that quickly. For the most part, it is a slow, steady grind for that first 600 to 700 to 800 subscribers, and then after that, it can just take off. And I was telling Alexa the whole year, because she was doing her channel on reading and books, and there is a lot more competition in her age range in the 20-year-olds than in our age range, so it can be more difficult. But we were checking all her stuff, you know, like from what we were teaching in the course, and everything she was doing was great. And it's just like, you're right where you need to be. It's just not happening in a month. It's not happening in 2 months. And I kept telling her, growth is not linear. It's not linear. It's gonna just, one day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna explode. You just have to be faithful until that happens. And it didn't happen for her for a while. And so I know there's some of you that are in that place. You're at 500, you're at 600, you're at 700 subscribers, and you're thinking, it's been 6 months. That is exactly where you need to be. That is the normal path. And then what happened to Alexa? One day she woke up and she went from 800 subscribers. It took her 10 months to get 800 subscribers. And then the next month she got 4,000 subscribers. And she got the 4,000 watch hours in like 22 days. And it's like, growth is not linear. So like what you are experiencing today is in no shape or form what you will be experiencing next month possibly. So you have to stay the course. Don't give up. And I see Sheree, you're in the same, Sheree, you're in the exact same spot Alexa was. I look at your channel and I think it's the same as Alexa's exactly, because everything is perfect. Your videos are good. You're
Thumbnails are good.
You're doing all the right things. It's right there. You're at 600 subscribers. You're right where she was. And then one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be 4,000 subscribers, because that's where Alexa is now. She went and then, you know, she got paid. She got some nice paychecks coming in. That's what it is. Don't, because we tend to talk about it when it's like people, oh, I put my first video up and I got monetized. That's abnormal, but it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
But that's not normal. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to say that.
And if you want to check out Alexa's channel, I think there's a link to her channel down in the description. Otherwise, it's just her name, Alexa Marmion, if you want to check out and see what she's done.
Dave's got a question here about Houlihan retirement villages. Besides Google, how would I find them to tour visit? Did you engage local agent? Did you visit others besides that one on the video?
We only visited that one, and I got the contact info because a friend of ours actually bought a condo there, and so I asked her about it, and she sent me the CEO's information, and we actually met with him. He'll actually come and meet with you. Super nice guy, and he gave us the tour and everything and all of the information. He was extremely helpful. I mean, if you want, we could, I think the information is in the description of that video, but if just, text me and I can send you the information otherwise.
Yeah.
And they do, let's see, if buying one, they do provide they do the property management stuff themselves, and they also provide you with providers for different things. Like if you got to the stage where we were saying in the video where you needed someone to come and stay with you, like you needed round the clock care, they would also help set that and facilitate all of those things for you. They also have transportation, like all those things. They run all of those things. So you don't have to worry about trying to find somebody who does that. They do that for you, or they help you do that.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it, what was the whole key thing about that I wanted to get from them was, how much does it cost? I didn't care how much the house cost, because that's whatever. You can find a house somewhere. But how much was it going to cost to have 24-hour on-the-clock care? And basically it came down to $1,200 a month for 24-hour care. Someone awake in your apartment 24 hours a day, $1,200 a month. That's ridiculously cheap. And so what we've realized over the years, and we didn't put this in any type of video because we didn't want to put it in that video, but we saw this in Colombia, which is, and you see this when you go to Jumpstart, is that you could get a condo like we're in right now. We're in a condo, and we could hire someone to come do that here. Now, we'd probably need a 2-bedroom condo or something. Well, this is a 2-bedroom condo. Yeah. We're in the 2nd bedroom. So you don't have to go through a retirement village. Now, they are great, and they make it, you have that community. But I just wanted to see, is it feasible? And it's basically feasible anywhere you want to go, anywhere you want to live. Like if you go to Jumpstart and you go to the renewal center, like every single person there has their caregiver with them. Like literally they're all there, and their caregiver is doing the renewal for them. And same thing in Colombia. When we were in Colombia, every apartment came with a housekeeper, and it was like, they were like, well, the housekeeper's gonna come 8 hours a day. And I was like, we don't need cleaning 8 hours a day.
We don't need that.
What are they gonna do? I'm gonna come back to your question, Alexa. And so by like housekeeping, they meant, oh, they're gonna do all your shopping, cook you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, clean the house. They were asking if we wanted massages, like whatever you want to do. They're gonna do anything that you want to do. They came and did
pedicures at the apartment. We were like, what?
My first and last pedicure.
Don't talk to Rob about pedicure.
Don't get me started on that.
It's a long story.
Anyway, you can basically, in a lot of these places, you just need to find out what the rate is for care, and you can apply that to any given apartment. But the retirement communities are also awesome, because then you're in with a bunch of people in your same situation. So I just wanted to point out that once you know the price of the care, you can apply that to any apartment. So. Alexa wants to know if the bedroom is a nursery, because...
Oh, because of the stuff up above? No, it's not. It's actually, they have it set up as an office. You would actually like it, Alexa. They have it set up as an office, but there's like a desk in here, and these shelves behind me, but I'm not sure why they have these giant stuffed animals and this toy thing over here, because it's really only for an apartment for 2 people, even though it's a 2-bedroom. I don't know why they have that. They must have had maybe kids stay here, and then they didn't want to throw them away. So no, it's not a nursery, Alexa.
It's bigger than the room you had in Panama, I can tell you that.
Poor Alexa, she slept in the maid's quarters in our apartment in Panama when we stayed. We stayed in Panama City for 6 weeks. We got flights for free for our family of 4, and we flew to Panama. Rob's parents babysat our home. And we went to Panama for 6 weeks with the kids. It was an interesting adventure.
Yeah, Greenway Electric. You just keep going. You're at 581 subscribers. You're right in that same wheelhouse too. I'm telling you guys, you just don't give up. You'll be happy. That's what I said to Alexa. I said over and over all year. I said, if you just make your video for the whole year, but I said, I guarantee you, if you're making this good of videos, by the time you get 100 videos made, you will be happy. So Alexa, I think you just hit your 100th video. Are you happy? I'm pretty sure you're happy. So, you know, you just got to do your 100 videos.
Oh, apparently people want to hear the pedicure story.
No.
I got to try to bring this down as concisely as I can.
We could skip over the pedicure story. Wait, I don't see anybody talking about that.
Yes, I see at least 3 people.
I see people talking about other things.
I was getting the pedicure, but she thought that we both agreed to the pedicure, our housekeeper. And so she was bringing a friend who had just moved from Venezuela to Colombia. There were a lot of people leaving Venezuela at that time when we were there, and she was really looking for a job. So I felt bad telling her not to do the pedicure for both of us. And Rob was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. I don't know what this is all about. So we sit out on our beautiful balcony of our apartment, listening to the ocean waves, and she's doing the pedicure. Everything's going great, but Rob had a little bit of an ingrown toenail situation, and Rob said, "What is she like performing surgery on me? Like, what's happening with my foot?"
The thing was, when she got there, she told me she had never seen someone of my skin color.
First of all, she was very startled because Rob came out of the bedroom and it was like the sun had come out.
It's not the sun. I was probably fairly tan.
The area of Colombia we were in, everyone looked like me. So the housekeeper looked like me, and her friend from Venezuela looked like me too. So we were all this color.
So she was very taken aback. She was very taken aback.
When he came out, she literally was startled.
She was visibly shaken by my being there, and so
she was like, she was kind of scared.
So she wanted. So she was trying to talk to me, and she definitely wanted to do like a really thorough job.
Good job.
And I was like, I don't want a thorough job. I was thinking like,
just whatever. Pretend.
2 minutes. I'll give you the money, and we'll be done with this. This is just like we're going through the motions.
He's like, we don't have to do the real thing. He's like, just put my feet in the water and I'm done. He wanted to just to be over as quickly as it
ends up performing surgery on me, basically. And it was crazy. And so anyway,
it turned into a whole thing.
We had some really interesting conversations. Yeah, I wasn't getting enough sun in Colombia. And when we were in that part of the country, though, they would always say really funny things to her.
They would say hilarious things. The women
about me,
because the area we were in, you basically have to speak Spanish in order to get around and be able to talk with people. We were in Santa Marta, and the women there were like, "Oh wow." You know, I'd be speaking everywhere because I was just speaking in Spanish to everybody everywhere we went because they didn't speak any English. So I was just communicating for both of us. And they were like, oh, yeah, oh, wow, that's your husband? Wow, where did you get him? They would say to me. At least 10 times women asked me, where did I get him? I was like, I don't know, they have a store? Like, I don't know what you want to hear from me. I was like, I found him in college. And that's where I picked him up.
So anyway, then the next day, so the housekeeper comes every day. So the next day she shows up and I'm walking around and I'm like, oh, my toe's hurting a little bit. Well, she calls up the lady that did it and tells her that my toe is hurting. So
it was just a little bit sore. It wasn't even that bad.
So she feels bad. So then the next day, and she lives like an hour away from us. And
Bus rides, like city public buses.
So the next day, after that, she shows up and she has made me empanadas, all kinds of stuff.
Venezuelan empanadas, which are different than like Colombian
She
or Dominican.
woke up, made Venezuelan empanadas,
and a bunch of food.
Rode the bus for an hour and 10 minutes, and brought these to us at the apartment because she was so sorry that she hurt my toe, which really wasn't hurting it.
Yeah, and brought you some kind of cream or something.
Brought me some kind of cream for my toe.
Yeah, so the guard calls us from downstairs. He calls up to our apartment and says, "Hey, somebody's here to see you." And I was like, I wasn't expecting the housekeeper that day. I was like, why would there be somebody here? I wasn't expecting anybody. I was like, who is it? And so he told me her name, and I was like, oh my gosh, why is she here? And I went down to see her, and yeah, she just felt so terrible. She rode the bus all the way over to our apartment to bring him food and some stuff for his foot to make it feel better. She was the doll. So sweet.
So it's just like it's crazy because the people, I think I've told this story on here maybe before, but the people that you meet, it'll blow your mind. And so when she was doing this pedicure, we were talking, and so she was like, we were at one of these apartments like this one that we're in. It was on the beach in Colombia. It was beachfront.
In a high-rise building, beachfront.
It was brand new, high-rise. It was probably, I think we paid $1,500 a month for the apartment, which is a pretty good deal. And when she got in the apartment, she had come over from Venezuela. When she got in the apartment, she walked out to the window and to the balcony, and she was like, after she got past looking at me, she was awestruck by the view, and she was telling Allie that she never had seen anything like that. Like, this was something she'd never seen. So she was just kind of enjoying the view, and so while we're doing the pedicure, she's talking to me, but she's translating it through Allie because we couldn't talk. So she was asking how much we paid for the apartment. She wanted to know how much it was to rent it, and so she guessed, and she was like, it must be like $200 a month.
She thought that was like exorbitant.
She thought she was saying like a really high price, like $200 a month. And I was like, I just said, no, it's a little bit more than that. I didn't want to say how much it was. And so then I was like, well, she asked me, so I'm going to ask her. So I was like, how much do you pay in rent per month? And she said, we pay $50 a month in rent. And, you know, that she said it in pesos, but translated. And, you know, she was talking about how she was there to make money, to save up money to go back home and buy a house in Venezuela. And I was like, well, how much money do you need? And she's like, I'm looking to buy a 2-bedroom house. And she said, I need $800. I said, oh,
the equivalent to $800 USD.
I said, in $800 a month? She was like, no, I'm buying the house for $800. That's how much the house costs. So
in Venezuela, the whole house, 2-bedroom house, $800
it was crazy.
US.
It was crazy. Like,
it really puts things into perspective all the time for us.
Yeah.
Because you meet so many people with such interesting stories, and it just keeps you in check really all the time. When you meet people and you hear stories like that, you're just like, man. And then
this lady rode a bus an hour and a however something minutes to make me empanadas
each way.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad, grateful, like she didn't need to do that, but she was happy to have the job.
And I won't lie, those Venezuelan empanadas were really good.
The empanadas were amazing. So we sent her off with we did right by her, because you have to. I mean, you like, it's very hard.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that's the long.
So that's the very long story.
Pedicure story.
That was considerably shortened. Actually, it could have been much longer.
There's a lot more stuff that happened. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened.
But yes, there are some incredibly kind people in the world, and you know, you just kind of find them everywhere that you go, and that's how come we always say we're never like, oh, I won't go back there. You know, because just because you had one bad experience doesn't mean that your next experience is going to be a bad one, you know. So always give them another try. Always give places another try because you never know.
Yep. Bali update for Lisa. There are some spots left, but the hotel is starting to fill up. Like there aren't any points rooms left, I don't think.
No.
I think
so just cash rooms right now.
Yeah, so it's starting to fill up on Bali.
Yeah, I think did we get everything? We're getting close. We went over today by quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we kept you guys too late. You got us talking. Plus, it's early for us.
That's right.
Yeah, so because of this great time change, we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
And let's see, do we have to say anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks guys for hanging out with us. It always is good for us to hang out and see all of you. Makes us feel like we are. See, this is what the channel name was supposed to mean. I was gonna say it makes us feel like we're grounded. When we get to talk to you guys, and so people always think that grounded life travel means we don't fly. That's not how it was intended to be. It was intended to be that the travel makes us feel grounded, and so we feel grounded when we do this, because we do fly. But we don't really like it.
We don't like it, but we do it. Necessary evil.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody have a great week.
All right. Yeah. You guys have a great week, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week then. Have a great day, night, morning, afternoon. Bye, guys.
Bye.